Okay, welcome back to the Adventure Within channel. My name is Andrew Fritz. I'm a clairvoyant, healer, and meditation teacher. And today's video, I'd like to talk about remaining in your truth while being in the dark storm. And so, what is this dark storm? I'm kind of referring it to as a metaphor and something that my spiritual teacher many years ago, while I was kind of taking my different meditation classes and spiritual trainings, kind of in my early 20s. I've been doing energy work since 2007. But he referred to this as FUD, F-U-D, fear, uncertainty, and doubts. And kind of that's the qualities kind of linked to this dark storm, so to speak. And I think we can all relate to that, have experienced those energies in different points of our lives. I certainly can, and I tend to notice those three energies the most when I'm changing and growing and kind of definitely in a big transitional state, kind of on that metaphorical rope bridge going from point A to point B. And that metaphorical rope bridge can, that can look like and represent different things for different people throughout their lives. It could be going from one position in a company and getting a promotion, or it could, leaving a company and going and getting a different job, or leaving your current job and starting a business, or something to do with health or relationships, or moving from one location to a different location, or a combination of these things. And so what I find, most people, many people have done this, gone through this type of process, whether it's small or big shifts in their lives. Most people, it takes some courage to kind of power through and that kind of go through that in between. And when we experience a lot of the fear and the uncertainty and the doubts and, those three energies can really sometimes slow us down. It can get us to stop and freeze for a little bit, maybe question, am I doing, is this the right choice? Should I go back? Should I give up on this? And all of that. And what I really love is having actually knowing how to meditate and get grounded and kind of recenter yourself. And also having a variety of soul abilities turned on, psychic abilities such as clairvoyance, so that you can actually sit down for yourself and take a look at, hey, where am I at in this transitional state? And, what am I handling? You might clearly feel what you're handling. And 'cause there's probably more than just that FUD, that fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Inevitably, especially if you're moving in a direction that is more authentic to you, if you're moving towards something that you're passionate about, you have affinity with, that you're going towards something that's more fulfilling or in alignment with your purpose and your truth, it's probably more likely that you're going to um, inevitably disappoint other people. You're going to be starting to f- almost failing to live up to other people's expectations. And that might be upsetting to other people. They don't understand, or maybe they're angry, or they're upset, or throwing guilt your way, or um, whatever it might be, disappointment. So you can handle a ton of energy when you're going through this process, whatever it might be for you. And maybe you're going through it now. Maybe you've been through something like this. Maybe you'll go through something like this in the future. And what I find is really helpful for myself is that having my abilities turned on, and especially clairvoyance, when I can start to look at, hey, okay, here's where I'm at in this transitional state, here's the energy I'm handling, I can get more details and information about what I'm handling. And I can start to look beyond that, and I can really start to see the truth of the situation and the matter. And I always find that's a relief, that's helpful, so that I'm not just focused on, oh, this is what I'm handling, and it's causing me anxiety. That I can kind of, okay, let me ground, let me recenter myself, let me take a look at what I'm handling, and I don't want to dwell on that because I already can feel it, right? You guys can feel that when you're going through that process, and then being able to look past that, and that's the power, the advantage of having higher level psychic abilities on. And I'm not talking about crazy abilities like moving objects like telekinesis, that basic level of telekinesis or things like that. I'm just talking about like a six chakra level of consciousness, that abstract intuition, the ability to see and read energy clearly and with neutrality, that you can see colors and symbols and mental image pictures, and you get information. And you can use this ability to see through the lies, see through the illusions, right? Fear is an illusion. And you can see beyond that, see beyond the fear and see what's on the other side and going to go, oh, yeah. I had this original intention of I want to level up my health, or I want to level up my finances or income, or whatever it might be, and there's a little bit of a risk involved. There's a leap of faith, small or big, or somewhere in between, and you're stepping out of your comfort zone. And you're crossing the rope bridge, and it can be scary. And whoa, this is kind of maybe a little intense or challenging or whatever it might be, but being able to see kind of where you're at and what's on the other side and kind of refocus, because sometimes it's easy to just kind of lose sight of what your original intention was, that original vision that you had about here's where I'm trying to get to, this is what I'm trying to do, this is what I'm trying to make real or manifest, whatever it is. And so being able to see past all the stuff that you're handling and feeling and being able to look past that and go, oh, okay, this is here's where I'm headed, and here's the underlying truth, and you can even look at how do I get through this? What's going to be helpful? Oh, I've some things that I find that are helpful is being able to ground your body and being able to let go of some of the stuff that you're handling. Because one thing I always notice is just because you're feeling something or thinking things doesn't mean it's actually your energy. It doesn't mean that's your emotions. It doesn't mean it's your thoughts. It can be someone else's or many other people. And then it just affects you, makes you kind of uncomfortable and blah, blah, blah. And so you start to recognize that there's nothing to fight or solve or fix or anything like that. If it's not yours and it's in your body, if it's in your energy field, your aura, right? That energy field around your body, your personal bubble or space, then it's just a matter of dropping it and, getting grounded, recentering, and then refocusing and being able to kind of see past the illusions and whatever you're handling and go, oh yeah, wait a second, here's the truth for me in this situation. And just resetting your sight on that. And okay, now it's a little easier to manage and navigate kind of walking across this metaphorical rope bridge. And this is something you might have to do daily or weekly or whatever it might be for you, to kind of reset and being able to kind of stay kind of on your path towards going to your next step, whatever the direction you're headed, and whatever that might be. Again, that could be something on a financial level or relationship or anything like that, combination of things. So this is something that I do for myself and is super helpful. I'm very sensitive to energy. I notice it on different levels. So meditation is key for me, to take a look at this stuff and go, oh, okay, just handling this energy. I'm going to drop it and I'm going to just refocus right back on my energy and my truth and keep going with that, choosing my energy, instead of just making poor choices based in fear and oh gosh, I'm afraid. So let me turn back and let me abandon the thing that I'm passionate about. Let me abandon the thing that is fulfilling to me or is based in my truth. And because really, if the thing that you're heading toward is really in alignment with your truth and your purpose, wow, that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing to kind of go towards. Um, and you start to, it's exciting though. It's quite the adventure and it's quite exciting because you're starting to move towards and wake up and be more aware of the thing that you kind of set up or created before you were even born. Just as the immortal being that you are, you set this life up. There's an intention of, hey, okay, this is what this life is going to be all about. The main mock up, the main thing, kind of just the way a business would have a mission statement. You kind of have your mission statement. Okay, this is my mission for this life. And so when you're really, if that's kind of what you're moving towards, wow, that's a huge thing. And that's incredibly exciting. But yeah, you might handle a lot of energy. There might be people that are confused and bewildered and don't understand and want to throw energy your way. And they want you to not go towards that because they don't understand it or it seems scary to them or doesn't make sense to them. And you got to view something rational. And that's that. And it's always interesting because you always hear from people that they want you to be safe and they want you to be happy, and that's wonderful. A lot of people want that, whether it's family and friends and all that. But sometimes just because something makes you safe doesn't mean you'll actually be happy or fulfilled. So really finding, okay, well, what what is my truth on safety, and what is the thing that's really going to make me happy? Usually, being in touch with yourself and your purpose. That's kind of that everlasting sense of joy and happiness, because there's a fleeting happiness. You might get involved in something that makes you feel safe, and it brings about a temporary joy, and then suddenly, well, I'm still safe, but the joy is just gone. Oh, well, that's not the real everlasting inner joy. It's just fleeting. It's because it's of this world. And the real joy is you getting in touch with yourself, yourself as spirit. And when you get in touch with that and get in touch with your purpose, oh, okay, there might be things to work through. And it's, again, kind of, there's challenges. But I always find that that leads to that, oh, wow, okay, here's that inner joy that kind of is always there. It's just sometimes the clouds get in the way, the dark clouds get in the way, and oh, I don't feel the sunshine. What's going on here? I'm kind of feeling kind of down or bleak, and it's just an energy that's just in the way. You never lose your inner joy. It's always there. It's just there might be some energy covering it up that you don't notice it or feel it as much, and just moving it out. So it's always there. And this is what I love about energy work. You can become aware of that and move that out and get in touch right back with your energy and your truth. And this is something that I work on personally, and something that I'm passionate about sharing on YouTube, and also teaching in basic meditation classes and kind of more extensive kind of psychic and spiritual trainings. So if that's something you're interested in, so feel free to subscribe on this channel, or even check out our website. It's adventurewithin.co. Hopefully this was helpful or insightful in some way, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.